The silver screen on the small screen now on BBC Two, with Alex Cox as a supporting feature just before a Moviedrome double bill.
Tonight, Moviedrome presents Excalibur, the story of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. Known during development and pre-production by a variety of titles, including Merlin, Merlin Lives, and Knights, it's held together partially by the character of Merlin the Magician, portrayed by Nicole Williamson in a silver skull cap. The monthly film bulletin was scathing about Williamson, calling his performance abysmal, but I don't really agree. He has a difficult job holding together a vast array of unrelated and sometimes incomprehensible elements, and I think he does it well. Apparently, Excalibur was conceived by director John Boorman as an alternative to his long-planned but never executed version of Lord of the Rings. The bulletin has an interesting take on this long rambling project, observing that there is such a thing as too personal a project, an idea turned over for so long that its individuality gets trapped inside it, the consensus filmmaking dreamt of by Hollywood committees. Whoa! Well, it certainly is as unfocused as a lot of Hollywood committee movies, as Boorman struggles to incorporate a lot of history and legend and poetic sources into an epic tale with no particular central character. But among the long proceedings, there is much good as well as bad. The cast is great. Helen Mirren is a splendid Morgana, and the Knights are a veritable who's who of future movie stars. Liam Neeson is Sir Gawain, Gabriel Byrne is Uther Pendragon, and Patrick Stewart, Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Starship Enterprise, is Léon de Grance. The special optical effects are by veteran effectsman Wally Vivers, and the special photography is by Oxford Scientific Films. The production design by Anthony Pratt is sometimes predictable, but sometimes fascinating, as when the Knights ride into a medieval settlement and discover a hell's mouth, wonderful period detail, in the form of a stage on which depictions of hell and other religious torments were portrayed by actors, the predecessor of theatre and film. My problem with Excalibur is that it's so legendary, it's sometimes hard to care what's going on. Will Sir Bucket find the Holy Grail, or will he fall into the fiery pit? Well, it's only interesting if I know who Sir Bucket is. Is he a minor league knight or a major player? How many chattels does he have? How many vassals? How many serfs toil in his fields? And what sort of toiling do they do? Do they produce anything, or merely grovel in mud, as in Monty Python and the Holy Grail? Now that film was full of serfs, and so the film was grounded, or mudded. In this film you rarely see a commoner. It's all so long ago, enshrouded in the mists of necromancy, that it's a tad difficult to relate to. Of course, the director, screenwriter, producer might reply, it's not reality, it's myth, it's legend, and he'd have a very good point. Although, if it is meant to exist on a mythic, not mundane level, shouldn't it be a bit bigger, a bit more magical? Note the fine beginning, for example, with its red sky and horses apparently breathing fire. Well, Kurosawa would have cut to the big night shot with 1,000 men with flaming torches running down the hill. Excalibur is anything but a cheap film, but Boorman keeps almost everything in medium shot. The search for the Grail, if this is myth or legend, could take us to the Gobi or Sahara Desert, even to the rainforests of Mexico or Brazil. But no, all these Knoble knights do is ride around the damper parts of Ireland in the mist. Mustn't grumble, though. Whatever the film's virtues and faults, it was a tremendous achievement of the director-producer, getting many $1 million out of Columbia Pictures, Warner Brothers and Orion to make a film about a British subject with no American actors at all. This was back in the mist-enshrouded days of 1981, of course. Such a mythic quest might not be as attainable today.